afternoon, Yaladim, and welcome back for more children's Torah stories. Remember where we got up to last time. Today's story is called Moshe Fights Against Sichon and Og. Because what happened last time was the Jewish people were on their way to Israel, but they had to go around to get in because nobody wanted them to get in. They tried to get past the king of Edom, and Moshe sent the messengers and they said, "Please, king of Edom, can we come past?" And he said, "No, go away, I will fight you." So then they didn't stay. They went around and then they came to the big bad King Sichon. And they said, "King Sichon, can we please come through your country to go to the land of Israel?" And King Sichon said, "No." And they said, "But King Sichon, we will go straight through. We won't bother anybody. We'll just be nice and kind. So can we come through to go to Israel?" "No, I will fight you." So Hashem said to Moshe, "Moshe, you actually are normally told you not to fight, but you actually should fight Sichon because he is a really bad guy. And it would be a good thing to chase him away so that good people can be there instead." Well, Moshe and Yehoshua and the other Jewish people then all came to fight against Sichon. And they had this big fight. And guess who won, Yeladim? Who do you think won the big fight? The Jewish people or Sichon? The Jewish people, because Hashem helped them. And so Sichon had to run away. And that was a whole nother country next to Israel that the Jewish people got. And I must just tell you that some of the Jewish people are going to come to Moshe and say, "Moshe, we want to live in the area where we chased Sichon away instead of going to live in Israel." I'll tell you about that in a little while. But that's a whole extra country next to Israel now that they chased Sichon away. But that unfortunately wasn't all, because there was another country they also had to go through, and the king of that country was even badder and meaner than Sichon. He was a guy called Og. I'm using the same puppets, but it's a different guy, okay? So this is a guy called Og. Og was the biggest, the meanest, the nastiest out of all of the bad guys. And he was huge and strong. He was the best fighter in the whole world. And can I tell you something? Moshe was even a little bit scared of him, because Moshe said, "Sichon is so big and strong and such a good fighter. What am I supposed to do?" Well, do you know what Hashem said, Yeladim? Hashem said, "Don't be scared, Moshe. Don't be scared." Hashem came along with his cloud. "Don't be scared, Moshe. You can chase Sichon, or you can chase Og away. No problem. I am Hashem, and I'm telling you, don't be scared. I will take care of everything." So then Moshe said, "Okay, Hashem, if you promise me I can beat Sichon, even though he's the biggest and strongest and meanest and nastiest, if you promise me that I can beat him, then I know that I can." And again, Moshe and Yehoshua and the Jewish people went out to fight Og. And guess who won this time? Obviously, the Jewish people again, because that was what Hashem promised. Rah, chase away. And then Moshe and Yehoshua and the Jewish people were so happy, because now they had two more countries right next to Israel. One that used to be for Sichon, one that used to be for Og, and then they were right next door to Israel as well. Well, I must just tell you that Sichon and Og's land, the place where they lived, was a really nice country. And you know what was especially nice about it? It had lots and lots of green grass. It was just perfect for cows and sheep and all those kinds of animals. Well, these two tribes, two of the big groups of the Jewish people, Reuven and Gad, came up to talk to Moshe. They said, Moshe, yes, Reuven and Gad, Moshe, we really like this land that we got from Sichon and Og. It's such a great country. And we have so many, we have got so many cows and sheep and goats. We really want to come and live here. We don't want to go into the land of Israel. We want to stay here in the Sichon and Og country because it's got such lovely green grass for our cows and sheep and goats. Well, what do you think of that question, guys? Is that a good idea? They should live there and take care of their cows and sheep and goats? Or is that a bad idea and they should go into Israel? Some are saying good, but most are saying bad. Well, I must tell you, Moshe definitely thought it was a bad idea. Moshe said, what? You don't want to go into the land of Israel? That's the baddest thing I've ever heard. Because that's Hashem's special country where He wants us to go in. If you want to stay outside of the land of Israel, that's the same as the spies. Don't you remember the spies? You remember the spies, right, Yeladim? Do you remember how those spies came in and they said, oh, it's a good land, but the people are too strong and they like giants and we like grasshoppers and we can't chase them out. That's what the problem was with all those spies. And because of the spies, we didn't get into Israel for 40 more years, says Moshe. And now you're saying, oh, we also don't want to go into Israel. We want to stay outside of Israel. That is such a bad thing to say. You are going to make the Jewish people stay in the desert for another 40 years, guys. Why would you do that? So they said, no, Moshe, you didn't understand. We don't want to just stay outside and not go to Israel. We definitely want all the Jewish people to come to Israel as well. We're just saying for ourselves, the part that we want to be is with the green grass. But Moshe, we will promise you this. Do you want to hear their promise to Moshe? Moshe, we promise you, we will build a place for our animals to live. We will build a place for our children to live. And then we will help all the other 10 tribes of the Jewish people chase away the bad people from the land of Israel. So we're not trying to get away. We're not trying to not go into the land. But we want to live here. But I promise we will help all the Jewish people, somewhere for our animals, somewhere for our children. And then we will go in front of everyone else. When all the Jewish people come into the land of Israel, we will go first to chase away the baddies. Okay, Moshe, what do you think about that? What do you think, Yeladim? Is that a better idea or still a bad idea? That is, it's not, I hear what you're saying. In between, right? It is better than before. It's still not the best idea. They should still want to go into the main part of Israel. But at least they're not saying, oh, we're not going to help the rest of the Jewish people. They really will help the rest of the Jewish people. And they're going to go in the front and they're going to help so much and all of that. So that's really what they said to Moshe. Well, Moshe said, okay, guys, that's better what you're saying now. What you're saying now is better than what you said before. But what you're saying now is better than what you said before. But there's still a problem with what you are saying. Because you said, first we're going to take care of our animals, and then we're going to take care of our children. Is that the right way to take care of things, Yeladim? Should you first take care of your animals and then your children? Imagine your parents said, okay, there's only one bedroom. The pets can all sleep in the bedroom. The children must sleep outside. Is that a nice idea? No way, man. Or if they would take care of the cars before the children. Okay, there's not enough room for everyone. Only the cars can have supper. The children can't have supper. No way, man. You wouldn't say crazy things like that. So Moshe said to them, guys, what you said is fine, except you said something quite silly. You said we'll take care of our animals and then we'll take care of our children. No. Other way round. First you take care of your children, then you take care of your animals. And you have to promise that you will go and help the rest of the Jewish people. Then you can come and live in the land of Sichon and Og. Okay? And what did they say? Reuven and Dan said, okay. Well, Moshe said, there's one other thing I want you to do as well. Menashe is one of the other tribes, and I want some of the people from Menashe to come and live with you, and some of the people from Menashe to go and live inside the land of Israel. Because if some of them are on this side and some of them are on that side, then that means that they will all be connected together. And that will mean that you guys living on that one side won't be all by yourselves, because the people from Manasseh will be half-half and help bring all the Jewish people together, even if they are in different countries. Well, that was the agreement that they made. So now, 2 of the tribes are going to live in the Sichon and Og land, and half of Manasseh, so 2.5 tribes over there, and 9.5 tribes on the other side in the actual land of Israel. Well, that all sounded great, and that was going to go ahead. But there were other nations nearby. The other nations were called Moab. Can you all say Moab? Moab. And Moab really didn't like the Jewish people at all. And Moab had an idea. Why don't we get a bad magician? The bad magician's name is Bilam. You all say Bilam? Bilam. Excellent. Let's all get the bad magician Bilam. And he will come and do bad magic on the Jewish people. Because you know what they were thinking? Every time we try to fight with the Jewish people, Hashem helps them and then they win. But if we do bad magic against the Jewish people, then they will not win and we will be able to chase them away. Well, that was a very unkind thing that they wanted to do for a few reasons. The first reason was the Jewish people weren't even fighting with Moab. The Jewish people weren't going near the area of Moab. The Jewish people only wanted to go to the land of Israel. So what did Moab even have to worry about? And you know, the other thing was the Jewish people actually helped Moab. A long time ago, when Moab was in trouble, the Jewish people had actually helped them. Give me 1 second, Jeladim. Azzy, come here, my boy. Come here. Walk carefully. Walk carefully. It's slippery. Okay. I'm sorry. Come here, my boy. Okay. So the people from Moab, the Jewish people, here we go. Oh, okay. The Jewish people actually helped the people from Moab, and so The people from Moab shouldn't have been mean to the Jewish people. They should be kind and good to the Jewish people. Sure, it's got Moshe. But instead of being good and kind to the Jewish people, they decided that they would be mean. And they went to the magician Bilam to say, that's Joshua. They went to the magician Bilam to say, Bilam, please will you come to do bad magic against the Jewish people? Well, that is a very exciting and interesting story. I'll just tell you the first thing that Bilam says. What do you think Bilam's going to say? Do you think Bilam's going to say, yes, I will do bad magic, or no, I won't do bad magic? Well, actually, do you know what Bilam said? Bilam said, first, I will go to ask Hashem. I'm not going to do bad magic or good magic yet. First, I'm going to go ask Hashem. Let's see what Hashem says. Well, Yaladim, there's a very interesting story about Bilam, but I will tell you that tomorrow. Thanks for watching. Bye.